breathe.
What's going on? It's your boy 19. Obviously something's different. Sasha's down. I'm on the beast today. I'm on Sophie. Her big fat ass can't get up and go nowhere. But that's just the nature of the beast. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the importance of bike maintenance and keeping your bikes running in tip-top shape. And I've got, let's see, I got Sophie, that's this bike. This is the C50 Boulevard. I've got Stella, which is the 83 Yamaha XJ750 that I hardtailed and bobbed out. I chopped the frame and bobbed her. Sasha, the 99 ZX9. It's a bike I usually vlog on, and well, the Ninja 300 is my daughter's, so that doesn't count. So I've got 4 bikes in the garage. And I tell you, you know, as a motorcycle enthusiast, and you guys know, every bike you see you want, you know, you're never satisfied. You say, oh man, I gotta get that, that's nice, I gotta get that. And what I've learned is that when I look in my garage, it's maintenance. I can't ride them all. And the downside is that 2 of my bikes, the XJ750 and Sasha, the ZX900, are carbureted, so they can't sit too long. You know, you can't let those bikes sit too long without the carbs getting all gummed up. And it's a challenge, I tell you, to try to ride them all. Sophie here, she could sit. I put her on the battery tender and she's fine. She starts right up, but oh God, man, the carbureted bikes. So anyhow, what happened, I think I briefly went over it. It was, I had Sasha towed because I started her up and went to take off, and I turned the handlebars, and then she just completely died altogether, and I couldn't figure it out. I checked all the fuses except for the main fuse, and I was at work, and it was hot, and I just really didn't have time to be dealing with that. So I called the tow truck, got it home, and I realized, so let me preface that by saying this. The turn signals had gone out probably a week prior, and I couldn't figure that out because the fuse wasn't blown. And you know, if I would shake the handlebars, they would come on intermittently. So I figured it was just a loose wire, you know, up front in the head somewhere. So I was like, okay, I'll fix that when I get a chance. But ultimately, that turned out to be the culprit of what happened. What happened was one of the power wires from my ignition switch had come undone. So that was an exposed wire. So when I turned the handlebars, it made contact with the metal housing on the ignition switch and fried my main fuse. I didn't find that out till I got it home. So All right, so that's that. And if anybody has a Ninja, a Kawasaki product, I'm not sure if it's on all of them, but that ignition switch, it just doesn't screw out. It's got breakaway bolts on it that they put on at the factory to prevent theft. So you got to drill them out. It's just a whole big thing, man. So nonetheless, I just said, all right, man, I'll ride it. Fuck it, I'll ride it without the turn signal. So I go to test rider, and it feels sluggish, like, you know, like it's got power, but it doesn't want to go, like something's holding it back. So I get to a stop sign, and then I'm sitting there, and I try to, like, kind of, you know, with the clutch and try to roll her back and forth. She won't budge, like she's in gear, but I know she's, you know, the clutch is pulled. I put her in neutral, same thing, she won't move. So I know that one of the wheels are locked up for some reason. So I'm thinking maybe the chain came off or something that's binding up. So, you know, I limp her back to the house, and I check, and the rear brake caliper is completely seized onto the rotor. One of the pads are completely gone. Like, I mean, the pad frame is there, but there's no pad on that thing. It's just bare metal. So that's my fault. And, you know, I took the rear caliper apart because now I got to rebuild it. And I noticed that, you know, not, you know, only was it all crudded up and it was causing it to stick, there was paint all over it too, all over the cylinder that throws the pads. That is my fault. When I got the bike, the swing arm was stainless, and it was all pitted up and stuff and just looked disgusting, so I decided to paint it. But I didn't remove anything. I kind of taped everything off, and I guess a lot of overspray of the paint got onto got into the brake caliper and the cylinder, which over time caused it to increase the diameter, obviously, because there's dried paint all over it, and it failed to retract. And my guess is that thing has been, the brakes have been probably partially engaged for some time, causing that pad to wear down to nothing, because it was always engaged partially. So I say that to say this, that be careful, especially with wheel parts and brake parts on your motorcycle, because all we have is two wheels. That's it. We lose one, we're done. Had I been going my usual 120 on the interstate, and that back brake decided to completely lock up on me, I'd have high-sided and been dead. Although I'm a proponent of gear, I don't wear it because of the heat. I know, rather sweat than bleed. I know all of that, but bear with me here. My helmet isn't the best. It's cool, but it's not the best quality. So I already know the risk I take when I go out there. So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, stay up on your maintenance. I know it's tough. I'm a grease monkey, so I do a lot of my own maintenance. And the way I learn is when something breaks. It breaks, and I'm like, man, I got to fix it. I mean, I've got too many bikes to be running to the shop every time something goes wrong with them. And I got old bikes, so, you know, that's expected. I'm not like some of you ballers, like 650 Ebe, that's got a garage full of brand new sports bikes, H2s and HP4s and Panigales and Yamaha R1Ms. You know what I'm saying? I'm an average dude, man, like most of us. And you know, we can afford. All my bikes I own, I pay cash for. So of course they're not going to be brand new. It's frustrating because I'd like a brand new bike, but I just don't want to be in debt up to my earlobes, you know what I'm saying? So that's the story, guys. Keep up on your maintenance on your two-wheel machines, because that's all we got is two wheels, man. We lose one, we're done. It's your boy 19. I'm out.